Thank you for listening to REED-BBS.
REED-BBS. BBS. Surprised, not surprised. My final word on Dev versus Ryan. We can call it Dirty Ryan Part 2 if you want to. Part 2 if you want to. Ryan Garcia, King Rye, the Rye guy. To the surprise of no one, he was suspended for 1 year, forced to return his guaranteed purse money, which I believe was about $1.2 million. His 420 victory, his April 20th win over Devin Haney, has been changed to a no contest per the New York State Athletic Commission. My man pissed dirty in pre- and post-fight exams for Osterman. His retakes and B samples came up dirty also for Osterman. Now, I was surprised to learn Dirty Ryan, the Rye guy, I was surprised to learn he had his legal team negotiate a settlement with the aforementioned New York State Athletic Commission. This is all per ESPN, I read. And to that, I say, judge a man not by what he says, but by what he does. So all this shit from Ryan, I didn't do this. The truth shall set you free. God knows this and this, blah, 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 blah. You saying all that. Your social media-ing, doing that whole social media thing. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, you're plea bargaining for a slap on the wrist. Why? Because you did it. We know you did it. Just admit it. Like, goddamn. Now, just prior to the suspension announcement, I wasn't surprised to hear the Rye guy announce his retirement. Yet another fake-ass retirement. And in hindsight, this retirement of Ryan's, it was a preemptive strike. Of course you're retiring, motherfucker. You're suspended. Duh. Off, retired, vacay, on hiatus, on the shelf, word it and package it, gift wrap it any way you wish. What we do know is you couldn't box right now, even if you wanted to. Period. So, I'm retired from boxing. You goddamn right you are, motherfucker, because you couldn't fight right now, even if you wanted to. As simple as that. I was surprised to see the Rye guy try his hand at stand-up comedy. That was a bit surprising. Now, I've always found the Rye guy unintentionally funny. So fuck it, why not comedy, right? But with that said, there's a level of nuance, there's a level of intellect that a skilled comedic practitioner possesses, which it'll forever escape the Rye guy. He's just not a clever, witty type of guy. He just ain't. I ain't saying I am either, but Ryan Garcia definitely ain't. I wasn't surprised that Dev got his undefeated record restored. Props on the undefeated record. However, I am very surprised and disappointed by Dev's overall reaction, in particular the moves he's making since the Rye guy's suspension. Some of this shit straight out the Floyd playbook from 2015 or some shit. Dev taking some time off to spend his money like anyone gives a fuck, bro. Please give Floyd his fucking swag back. Like, goddamn, dog. Another Floyd wannabe. I was even more surprised that Dev is literally trying to bury the video of the Rye guy fight. Like, really? Really, dog? The only thing worse than getting that ass whooped is trying to hide the evidence of you getting that ass whooped. Trying to cock block the footage, dog? Like, and I get it. Dev didn't just take an L, he took a bad L. But we saw what we saw, man, and we can't unsee that. We can't unsee what we saw. So pressuring the zone and petitioning YouTube to take down the footage, that's lame as fuck, dog. And it's about as insecure a move as I've ever seen or read about personally. You actually expect YouTube and or the zone to help massage your bruised ego and insecurities over the worst night of your career, man? Miss me with that, dog. Miss me with that. And if that's the case, here's what you can't bury. The fact that there's rumors of you replacing your father, Dollar Bill, as the head trainer. Why is that? Why are you thinking of replacing him? Because of your last fight. That's why. It can't be erased. We can't unsee what we saw. So Dev's record, it can say whatever, bruh. We saw what we saw. Building on that, we'll never be able to pinpoint just how much the Rod guy was aided by performance-enhancing drugs. We'll never know. We simply will not have an answer to that question ever. We can only speculate. But what we do know, and what we don't have to speculate about is the fact the Rod guy's hand speed and left hook were known quantities, known strengths of his coming into the damn fight. Coming into the fight, we already knew this about Ryan. And what we also knew was this was the 7th motherfucking time Dev and Ryan was sharing a boxing ring in their lives. Yet even with all that time spent previously, all the footage watched, all the one-on-one familiarity with the Rod guy, Dev still got hit repeatedly by the one true threat that Ryan brought to the ring with him. His left hook. He couldn't miss you with the left hook, bruh. And just like taking PEDs, it doesn't help you hit a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. It doesn't help your punching accuracy either. You're either hitting the target or you're not. PEDs doesn't help you to hit and connect with the target. I'm not absolving the Rod guy at all, to be clear. And if anything, his ass got off light as fuck here. A 1-year suspension, a $10,000 fine, and you got to give back, quote unquote, got to give back $1.2 million to your promoter. That's not exactly punishment for a motherfucker with a reported celebrity net worth of $50 million. Like, come on now. But at the same time, Dev's shitty-ass defense, it was far more responsible for the 420 massacre than PEDs were. Indubitably. The first goddamn fights that was faster than Dev whooped Dev's ass. That's what it was. And let's not forget the hands Linares and Lomachenko put on Dev too. So there were signs prior to 420, unfortunately. It just were. After all this, the absolute worst thing Dev can do is take time off from boxing. All he's doing is continuing to allow this L to eat away at him, to wallow in it, in self-pity and denial and shit, trying to get videos removed and shit. The best way to get over it is to get over it. To get on to something else, man. Get a new fight on your horizon, bruh. A new opponent to train for. And Sandra Martin would have been perfect in that regard. But it already looks like Dev's been stripped of the WBC title he just acquired 6 months ago. And it's a bit sad to see that, because a beltless Dev coming off of that type of performance against the Rod guy, he just doesn't carry the same level of weight, man. He don't carry the same value. He just doesn't. Remove the L, change the fight to a no contest. We still saw what we saw, dog, and we can't unsee that. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.